And we want to welcome you back to the Coach's Corner. Kevin Turner along with the coach Bruce Rollinson. And coach, we go into week 5. You're 4-0. You're ranked number 1 in the state. St. John Bosco, number 2. It just seems like Groundhog Day. Every year it comes down to St. John Bosco and Mater Dei, week 5. Tell us what you guys are thinking. Are you ready? How is St. John Bosco compared to teams in the past?
Well, you know what, Kevin? I think it's interesting. It's like I told the kids, this is what we wanted. This is the way it was going to be set up. We both did well in the first 4 games. And a guy said to me, a reporter said to me yesterday, do you feel like an underdog? And I was a little offended by that. No, I don't feel like an underdog. I feel like I got a great football team. They have a great football team. And what we've developed is this rivalry. One league game, and it's gone back and forth with them beating us in league and us beating them in league, and then there's sort of the rematch in December, but now it's in April, and the same results. Jason's won his share of championships, and I've won my share of championships. But I feel very, very confident. I'm presenting to the kids that we take care of the details, the small things. We've been practicing, God knows, on the podcast. I mean, it's been over 9 months since, starting with jumping over bags and pods of 10 and then developing into full gear. And, now it's on, baby, Saturday night. And I think, the kids are ready. You can sense it. We were focused last night at practice. We constructed the week, came off the Margarita game, and we cranked it up pretty good Saturday with a good flush, a good lift. And then what we decided to do, part of it being the golf tournament on Monday, I gave them Monday off, and some of the coaches joined us. Some of the coaches stayed back to game prep. But we got back after it yesterday because it's a Saturday night game. It allowed us to do that. But I felt the energy. I felt the focus. I talked to them before lift, and they were lasered on me pretty good. And they know what's ahead. It's going up 5 levels Saturday night, and no disrespect to anybody. Servite gave us a little test of Trinity League football. This is more like college football. There'll be more 5 stars and 4 stars and, committed kids on that field. And it's unfortunate, those that are going to be lucky enough to have a ticket and watch it live, they're going to see quite a show. And then you've got the live TV to add a little bit more intrigue, a little bit more excitement to the game. So, Monarchs will be ready.
Nothing like championship Saturday at the Santa Ana Bowl. And before we got on the air, I was watching you working the phones and dictating, and just like old times, a lot of ticket requests. But the good news is we're going to have fans in the stadium, but it's limited to 33% of capacity, which is 9,000. So that obviously puts a lot of pressure on you to figure out, okay, who gets a ticket?
Well, I think it's funny. The guy that returned a punt in 1980, wants 4 tickets, and I haven't heard from him. And I was an assistant coach. You're going to take care of as many requests as possible. The kids got 6 for the last 2 games. We had to cut that back to 4 because you're right. They're coming out of the woodwork to feel it, to be there. And I told somebody, well, you just get a cold one and sit in the chair. And he goes, no, I got to taste it. I got to smell it. I got to hear the drummers. And I don't blame them. And I wish we could pack the place because you and I know, at 6 o'clock there wouldn't be a seat in the house. But this is what COVID's dictated. I guarantee you, those that are lucky enough to be there, I need their support. I need them, out yelling the St. John Bosco side. But if you can't get a ticket, enjoy it on TV, and we'll generate enough energy that you'll feel it on your couch.
Let's talk for a moment about the golf tournament.
Yeah.
Absolute resounding success. We had a sold-out field. We had some great sponsors that stepped up.
in a very bizarre year. It was on again, off again, but once again, the Red Zone Affinity board members and your golf committee and Shadow Productions did a wonderful job, and it was a beautiful evening to recognize some of the Affinity players that have been helped through this process. And the national anthem, your offensive lineman up there did a wonderful job in presenting the colors, and weather was great.
Yeah, and you know what, Kevin, I'm going to start by thanking you. I tried to pay homage to you at the podium, but I know what you do both in front of the camera, behind the scenes, and then there were all of the other men who support modern day football, and their generosity doesn't go unnoticed. And I tried to thank as many people as possible. It was a great day, not just golfing, but I'm on the other side of the ledger. I've got a number that I've got to get to, in order to secure the program and secure the assistance to the athletes, and we hit that number, and we set a lofty goal, and I know you even I rolled it about 6 months ago, but it's
about 3 weeks ago.
But it's when we were trying to get more sponsors, but it's people that just they love what we do. You had non-modern day people. I had some of my SC buddies there that stepped up in a big way at the Fund in Need. And thank you so much for all of you sponsors, all of you golfers, all of you donors. It was a special day, and I think we were talking earlier. It took me till today to recover because it's a long day, and it's a different emotion for me. I know what's at stake, and it's sure not coming in second in the score. It's coming in first in Fund in Need and the live auction, and my hats are off to everybody that came through, and thank you, and God bless you, and Kevin, you were one of those guys that just kept grinding with me, and I really appreciate the support.
It's a labor of love, and to see, and we're going to talk to a couple of young men today, and when you see the impact that the Affinity has, it gives me goosebumps. The schools, the academic assistants, this is a college prep school. They're held to very high standards, and with the responsibility comes that obligation and commitment. And your boys over the last 4 or 5 years have really stepped up and represented what the Affinity is all about. So hats off to you and your staff for those guiding principles.
No, I appreciate it. We showed the video of 4 men who benefit from it, and we have 2 more here today that are 4-year Monarchs that exemplify what the investment is all about, and they're going to continue their careers as other Monarchs in front of them have, but it's people that understand that, and we had those people there, and even if they weren't there, I mean, we picked up a donation just by word of mouth that somebody that's had slipped through the cracks, and it's overwhelming to me, the support that we get. People believe in the product and the brand, and that's all I can ask. We're not going to change. We're going to keep doing what we do, and then get a little taste Saturday night.
That's
baby.
right. It was great seeing Chris Poliska is one of our sponsors here with the Coach's Corner. Total Quality Lending. You got his number up over my left-hand shoulder here, along with Carlo Valdez, the Miliari Group, 529 Plans, Wealth Management, one of the great Monarchs of all time, one of the great athletes of all time on the Olympic bobsled team, also in Wealth Management. The guy is a renaissance man. It was great to see those 3 stripers. Of course, Matt Barkley and Robbie Boyer show up, and that's awesome. And then our good friends at Hooker Crook, Cabernet Sauvignon, excuse me. They were there in full force, along with the Blue Roost vodka brand. And we also want to thank Repower, who is also helping us sponsor our Friday night, Saturday night highlights on the Modern Day MDFootball.net. So thank you to all of our sponsors who have been part of this podcast, without you, none of this could be possible. But Coach, let's just wrap it up before we get to your players real quick. So you go into week 5, and then you turn this thing right around. Instead of going to the playoffs after Trinity League season, you turn this thing right around, and you got to reset the clock to spring football.
Yeah, and you know what, Kevin? That's, I've kind of blocked that out. Okay, we'll deal with that.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that in a couple of weeks. The total focus is on St. John Bosco, but it is interesting when you start to, you have to block out time and get in your daily planner and say, okay, and you got to start to make phone calls because Camp Monarch is right around the corner, and what an event that is. But it is different, and I've got to get. I think I've said this on the podcast. I've got to get with the medical people and do this the right way because, it's a physical game. Even though we only had 5 of them, we'll have 5. We've been training for a long time, and there's a lot of emotion, and we have to, get their heads right to re-engage and get kicked back up for the second season. But, I try to spend some time on it, but then I go, man, let me look at some more Bosco.
Lock in, lock out.
So,
all right, tell you what, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll be with offensive lineman, Colorado State signee George Mickey Hahn coming up next right after the break right here on Coach's Corner. And we want to welcome you back to Coach's Corner. Kevin Turner along with modern-day legend, 4-year Monarch, George Mickey Hahn, joining us here on the Coach's Corner. And first of all, George, congratulations on a great senior campaign. You guys are 4-0, going to try to make it undefeated this Saturday night. So congratulations. I mean, you guys had an opportunity, some of the seniors, especially those that had their scholarships locked up, to maybe just say, you know what, time out. Why did you come back?
I really just wanted to finish out, my senior year, my high school career. It was a lot of thinking for me and my family, and we thought it was just the best choice to just stay. But it was definitely a hard decision. Coming back though is like something was just calling to me. Like I had to just finish out my senior year, my high school career. But it was definitely just a hard decision.
A little bit of unfinished business, but you can take care of that this Saturday night. Looking forward to playing Bosco one last time at the Bowl.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Last year was a little bit of a rough one, but I just want to finish this out and just end with a W, undefeated this senior season.
Let's talk for a minute about your recruiting process. We were talking earlier off camera. You remind me a little bit of the USC center, Brett Nealon, Santa Margarita Trinity guy. You guys have about the same build. He was under-recruited. You were under-recruited a little bit, but here they come. I mean, they look at tape. They look at what you can do against Tier 1 competition, 4- and 5-star guys. You dominate up front. You're the signal caller. There's a lot that goes into being a high-caliber quality center with the film study, the weight room. Are you excited about this whole journey that you're taking this next step to Colorado State?
I'm really excited. I'm just trying to spend as much time here at home though, because I know, I'm barely going to see, California ever again. But it's definitely exciting, and I'm excited to meet the new coaches and just get used to a new program. I got some teammates up there, or at least one teammate I played next to him last year, Ty Marks. So that's good. I have someone that I know up there. But honestly, I'm just really excited to play at the next level. But I really felt like Modern Day has really prepared me for that level, and I feel, confident going into a college that that I committed to, signed to. But I think the next level, I'm really excited for that.
It's going to be big expectations. Having
big expectations.
A top recruit coming from Modern Day, everybody's going to go, oh, there's a guy from Modern Day. So day one, you got to be ready, right?
Yeah, got to be ready. Got to be ready. Yeah.
So let's talk for a minute about your academics and what Modern Day has done for you to help prepare you to go to the next level and get a college degree. You and I have talked off camera. You maybe want to get into real estate, into business, and you've been exposed to a lot of that around here. So why real estate and why business?
Well, I mean, just based off social media, I've seen a lot of money go into it, but I just really want to do it as like just a side hustle kind of, just in case if, football doesn't work out, but that still is the goal, to make it to, the NFL and stuff. But I really got into real estate mainly because my friends we were just having a conversation about it, and they make really good money, and I just think that it'd be a great opportunity, other than football, just to take on. But,
It's a good goal to have. Before we let you go, the 3 stripes, what was it like during that striping ceremony one last time to be with your brothers, the 21 seniors that committed and all came back? What was that evening all about?
A lot of us seniors, all the seniors, we all spoke in front of the whole team, and I'm not gonna lie, it almost got emotional for me because just realizing that it's like my last time, doing those things. Because I remember last year, it was like whatever to me, it was just, I got one more year, but everything happening as one last time, I'm never gonna get this opportunity. It was just like, it almost gets emotional to me, but I think I'll really hold pride, poise, and courage for a while for me now, and I'll probably take that to the next level, and just, it's just inside of you. You come here for all 4 years, play football for Coach Rollo, it's just inside you forever, so it's a pretty big deal.
Well, George, thanks for stopping by and sharing your journey and your goals. Congratulations on a great career here at Mater Dei, and want to wish you continued success at the next level, being a Colorado State Ram in Fort Collins, and looking forward to following you on Saturdays and on ESPN. And first and foremost, stay healthy, and good luck this Saturday night against St. John Bosco.
Yes, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, George Mickey Hahn, your center, number 59. We'll be back with Kyron Ware-Hudson, the outstanding wide receiver, the USC signee, coming up next, right here on Coach's Corner. And we want to welcome you back to Coach's Corner, our final segment. Kyron Ware-Hudson, number 10, the outstanding 4-year wide receiver for Mater Dei, on his way to USC. First of all, my man, congratulations on being a Trojan. Fight on. Awesome accomplishment.
Fight on, yes, sir.
You getting excited about this Saturday against St. John Bosco?
Man, been waiting this since last December. Well, actually 2 Decembers ago, but yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, you had a great game last year in the championship game. You were all over the highlight reel, and I know you've been a little dinged up, and I know you're chomping at the bit to get out there and get a W this week.
Man, can't wait for it. Can't wait for it.
So tell us a little bit about your journey to your recruiting process. All eyes were on you and have been on you for the last 2 years. You had a lot of options. Your brother's at the University of Oregon, playing in Autzen Stadium in Eugene. A lot of folks thought you were going there, and then boom, you're a Trojan. What was that process about, and why USC?
Man, it was just a thing that I didn't know that was gonna happen. First off, my love was for basketball. So freshman year I came here, played basketball, I played football, of course, but I had a love for basketball. And then I'll say after my freshman year of football, I got my first offer to University of Oregon. And then that's just made me find a love for football and find a reason why to keep going. So I think after my sophomore year didn't go as planned, my first year playing receiver, didn't really play. I played behind Brew McCoy, which is at SC right now. But I also played on JV, played defensive end, rush end. So that was really fun. But I don't know, it didn't go as planned, but it also went. It was just truly a blessing to get all the schools that I've got. So just this past year with COVID and everything made me realize how important family is and how important just life is in general. So getting a chance to stay home was a truly blessing, so I just took the opportunity.
Well, congratulations on that. And last year, I mean, you were absolute beast. Just absolutely thoroughly enjoyed watching you. As a former wide receiver, I can appreciate the physicality, the different levels of burst you have, the ability to go get that 50-50 ball, your unselfish knack for blocking on the outside. I think those are key attributes that if you continue, young man, to get 5% better over the next 3 or 4 years, you might be playing for pay in the National Football League. I know that's a goal of yours, but you wear number 10, so I was thinking about Tyreek Hill and then DeAndre Hopkins, but you said no, that's just a number that you liked.
It was just a number that I liked, and I think I just took the number and I like it. So
it served you very well,
exactly,
young man.
Yes, sir.
So talk about the challenges and how the mental game that a wide receiver in this very complex Dave Money offense, the challenges that you have when you get up to the line of scrimmage, because what the play has been called from the sideline or in the huddle, you get up to the line of scrimmage and you and the quarterback have to make adjustments instantaneously. How challenging has that transition been for you as a modern-day wide receiver?
Man, I'll tell you, especially my first year playing receiver, it was not easy. That was kind of my problem of getting on the field, was knowing the plays. But having these 3 years playing receiver behind Coach Money, it really showed me that playing receiver is an easy position. So I just worked really hard, studied the plays every single day, getting with Coach Money, getting with Coach Finn, and just working on getting my plays right. So I think that's what, as a receiver, some people don't really think of. They think of just going out, running routes, catching the ball, which is probably the best position on the field. But it takes a lot to play receiver, knowing the coverages, and shoot, from a safety rolling down to a corner, dropping back. It's just something that you have to learn.
It takes a lot of mental focus.
Exactly, a whole lot.
And athleticism, too.
Exactly.
That doesn't hurt either.
No doubt.
So we were talking to George Mickey Hahn earlier about the 21 seniors that had an opportunity, especially some of the 4- and 5-star guys that had their Division I scholarships, top-tier schools locked up. Yet you guys all chose to come back collectively, to put those stripes on for one last time and go that 5 weeks and get redemption against St. John Bosco. Was there any doubt, or did you have to really think it through to make that decision? Because it's a very important decision.
Oh, no doubt. So during us not knowing if we were going to have a season, I actually strained my hamstring, which was really tough. So that kind of sat me back and made me talk to my parents about if I really wanted to play. And we decided together that we are going to. And so we went back to it. It was going good. And then I strained it one more time. And that's when I really sat back and was like, should I do this? Like, what's the reason for it? And I really sat in my room and was like, I got Coach Rollo that I've been behind for 4 years. I have my brothers that been by my side through it all. So I took the choice and I just stuck to it. And so here I am now.
Well, you've got the best training infrastructure of any place, west of the Mississippi, with Scott Prohaska, and then also with Joe Donahue in Pro Sport Physical Therapy. So how's that rehab been going for you?
Man, it's been going good. Scott been getting me right from the get-go since it happened, so I just can't appreciate him more.
And then it looks like you've put on a little weight. I mean, it looks like you've been no stranger to the weight room these last 6-8 months.
No. I'm 205 right now, so I'm looking good.
Good. So this week, St. John Bosco, you guys split the series with them last year, going back and forth the last 3 or 4 years since you've been here. What would it mean to go out 5-0?
It would mean everything for this past year that we had with COVID. It's been a tough year for everybody, but going out 5-0 would really mean so much to us seniors and Coach Rollo. So it would just be a truly blessing to get this win. I think we'll get it.
All right, that's Kyron Ware Hudson. Thanks for stopping by. On his way to USC.
Yes, sir.
Good luck this week and get a W.
Yes, sir. Fight on.
All right, when we come back, we'll wrap it up with head coach Bruce Rollinson right after this timeout. And we want to welcome you back to our final segment of the Coach's Corner. It's been a great week, Coach. Bosco week. We had the golf tournament. We just had a chance to meet 2 great examples of what those 3 stripes are all about. Pride, Poise, and Courage. George Mickey Hahn, the center, wearing number 59, and Kyron Ware Hudson, number 10, the outstanding wide receiver on his way to USC. Coach, you got to be proud of these young men.
That's what the Affinity Fund gets you. 2 quality young men like that, 2 outstanding football players, outstanding students, and they also contribute beyond just the football, the gridiron. They're both involved in campus ministry. They both have multiple service hours. That's what we're trying to build, and I'm so proud of those guys. And I know you probably touched on it, and I'll say it for the 9 millionth time. To stick around with a full scholarship, USC, Colorado State, go through this grind of COVID, the uncertainty, and look at me straight in the eyes and say, nope, I'm not going anywhere. I want to finish it with my brothers. Well, the brothers are going to get together Saturday night at the Bowl.
Well, it should be a lot of fun. Just a reminder, Coach's Corner has been brought to you by the Miliari Group, Carlo Valdez, and by Total Quality Lending, Big Chris Poliska, number 88, the great tight end. Also Hook or Crook Cabernet, the field reserve. We had it out at the golf tournament, went over huge. I mean, Hopkins was up there selling it, doing the auction. And then our Blue Roost vodka brand, which is also doing very well at Bevmo. You can buy it at your nearby Bevmo. And then the Hook or Crook, check it out at Costco. It's blowing up there as well. So, Coach, that's just going to about do it for us. We've got one more segment. We'll wrap it up, do a postseason analysis, but can't thank you enough for all your time, and want to wish you the best of luck, and hope the boys can stay healthy, and the refs keep the penalty markers in their hip pockets on Saturday night.
Well, I know there's an experienced crew coming in that's used to this level of football, and I'm excited for our fans, and I also want to thank our sponsors. And you mentioned Carlo, and we got a couple minutes here. I was out on the course, obviously kissing babies and shaking hands. And Carlo, who has now made the bobsled team for the upcoming Olympics, I used to be built like Carlo, but something happened along the way. I think it's called age. But he crushes this ball. I mean, and you see this natural athlete who doesn't play a lot of golf. I mean, crushes it. Now, I'm not sure if it was in the fairway or if it was out on the 405 because we lost sight of it, but he was having fun, and everybody had a great time at the tournament, and our sponsors make this possible. I'm looking forward. Hopefully it's going to be a great recap in a couple of weeks. And we'll close down this season of the podcast and then bring her back up probably in early July for the next round. And Kevin, thank you for hosting. I thanked you at the front end of the show. It's a pleasure to work with you every week. And we still got one more to go, buddy.
We also want to thank our tournament host, Matt Barkley, who gave up a full day to come out, shake hands, take pictures, unselfish. Had 5 minutes for everybody out there that wanted a picture or an autograph. So thank you, Matt Barkley, for showing up and representing the Three Stripes.
Matty's going to be there with his two boys Saturday night, and my grandson Matthew, Joey, Chase. They're going to be throwing the football around with a legend from Mater Dei High School, and the rest of the grandkids. Hadley's going to be there, and Katie's going to be there. And that's what makes it great. And I'm so fired up for this game. Let's cut the crap.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
It's on. This is what we do. But we'll see you at the next podcast.
All right.
Thank you.
For Bruce Rollinson, I'm Kevin Turner. Until our postseason wrap-up, we'll say goodbye. And, Coach, give us a let's rock and roll, baby, and take us to break.
Rock and roll, baby.